Did you know there's a carbohydrate more problematic than regular sugar? Chances are, you've been consuming this carbohydrate for a long time without realizing it. Despite causing weight gain, diabetes, and gut inflammation, it's deemed safe. Let's delve into this topic, understand how this carbohydrate affects the body, and identify the foods it lurks. Before we embark on this enlightening journey, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to stay informed about all health-related news. Let's deepen our understanding of the glycemic index and comprehend how the often overlooked carbohydrate significantly impacts our health. The glycemic index, measuring how quickly foods raise blood glucose levels, is a crucial tool for assessing the metabolic impact of carbohydrates. Comparing table sugar with a glycemic index of 65 to maltodextrin reveals something surprising. The glycemic index of this troublesome carbohydrate ranges between 110 and 136, surpassing even pure glucose, index 100, and white bread. This substantial increase in blood glucose is a warning of the risks associated with consuming this component. Now, the challenge for you: can you guess which carbohydrate we're talking about? Leave your answer in the comments as we delve deeper. This sneaky carbohydrate is infiltrated in various everyday foods like chips, cookies, bread, pasta, cereals, infant formulas, soups, sauces, light beer, energy drinks, and even in supplements used during long-distance runs. One intriguing aspect is how the industry manipulates nutritional information. If the amount of this carbohydrate in a product is less than 5 grams per serving, labels can claim the product is carb-free. This tactic, known as a loophole, is used to create the false impression that certain products are healthier than they actually are. The identity of this villainous carbohydrate is maltodextrin. Also known by other names like modified dextrin, cornstarch, glucose syrup, and corn syrup, maltodextrin is a highly processed ingredient. Typically derived from genetically modified corn, maltodextrin undergoes various refining stages, including the hydrolysis process, where acid is added to convert starch into smaller units. Deepening our understanding of this transformation, it's crucial to grasp that hydrolysis partially breaks down starch, forming a substance resembling starch but lacking the nutritional benefits associated with natural starches, such as those from potatoes. This lack of nutritional value makes maltodextrin a questionable choice compared to other, more natural starch sources. This is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the adverse effects of this carbohydrate on the human body. In the next part, we'll further explore the impacts on blood sugar elevation and consequences for the digestive system. A crucial point to highlight is that, unlike other natural starches like those from potatoes, maltodextrin lacks essential vitamins and minerals to protect the body against oxidative damage that its consumption might cause. This absence of essential nutritional components makes maltodextrin a less advantageous food choice than other natural starches. When ingested, maltodextrin not only raises blood glucose levels, but does so more intensely than regular sugar. This sharp increase in blood glucose is not only associated with weight gain, but also with the induction of intestinal inflammation, abdominal discomfort, and harmful alterations in the gut microbiota. The microbiota, consisting of a community of beneficial microorganisms, plays a vital role in digestive and immune health. By opting for foods rich in maltodextrin, one inadvertently compromises the diversity and health of this microbial community. This imbalance can lead to a reduction in the presence of beneficial bacteria in the intestine, negatively impacting digestive function and the body's ability to absorb essential nutrients. Maltodextrin, often presented as an unsuspecting ingredient, is, in reality, an industrially processed component, far from the characteristics of real food. Compared to other starches, like those in potatoes or whole grains, maltodextrin lacks valuable nutritional components. In the next part, we'll explore how maltodextrin, in addition to its implications for metabolic and digestive health, is also associated with the presence of other harmful compounds, such as the herbicide glyphosate. This connection with glyphosate is a critical aspect that often goes unnoticed but adds to the complexity of the risks associated with maltodextrin consumption. Another aspect that deserves attention is the potential presence of gluten, a common wheat protein that often accompanies maltodextrin production. This adds another layer of consideration for those who are sensitive to gluten or seek to avoid its ingestion. Faced with these aspects, it becomes evident that maltodextrin is not only a high glycemic index carbohydrate but also a substance that carries a series of health risks. From its impact on blood glucose to its association with harmful compounds, maltodextrin raises serious concerns for those looking to maintain a healthy and balanced diet. In the next part, we'll explore the strategies industrial strategies to conceal maltodextrin. When analyzing the food industry landscape, it becomes evident that there are deliberate strategies to conceal the presence of maltodextrin on food labels. A common practice is exploiting a loophole in regulations that allows products containing less than 5 grams of this carbohydrate per serving to be labeled as zero carbohydrates. This approach can mislead consumers into believing that the product is healthier than it really is. Another complicating factor is the variety of names used to refer to maltodextrin. In addition to the main term, it can be listed as modified dextrin, cornstarch, glucose syrup, corn syrup, and others. This diversity of denominations makes it challenging for consumers to identify the presence of this carbohydrate on labels, requiring careful attention during ingredient reading. Metabolic effects of maltodextrin. When consumed, maltodextrin triggers a rapid increase in blood glucose levels. This is because, after ingestion, it is promptly broken down into glucose, resulting in an intense glycemic response. This sudden rise in blood glucose can be compared to and, in some cases, even surpass the effects of regular table sugar. The sharp increase in blood glucose not only contributes to weight gain but is also associated with a higher risk of developing insulin resistance. Insulin resistance, in turn, can lead to the development of type 2 diabetes, a serious metabolic condition. Moreover, maltodextrin can trigger systemic inflammation in the body. This inflammatory process is linked to a variety of health conditions, including heart diseases, arthritis, and other inflammatory disorders. Digestive and intestinal health impacts. The consumption of maltodextrin is associated with adverse effects on the digestive system. It can cause abdominal discomfort, flatulence, and abdominal distension due to bacterial fermentation in the colon. Additionally, maltodextrin can negatively affect the composition of the intestinal microbiota. The intestinal microbiota plays a fundamental role in overall health, influencing digestion, nutrient absorption, and the functioning of the immune system. Regular consumption of maltodextrin can lead to a decrease in the diversity of beneficial bacteria in the intestine, thus compromising intestinal health. Strategies to avoid maltodextrin. Given the potential risks associated with maltodextrin, it is crucial to adopt practical strategies to avoid its presence in our diet. Here are some helpful tips. 1. Label reading. Take the time to read labels carefully when purchasing packaged foods. Be vigilant for terms like maltodextrin, modified dextrin, cornstarch, glucose syrup, or corn syrup. Knowing these synonyms makes it easier to identify this carbohydrate in products. 2. Total carbohydrate amount. In addition to noting alternate names, consider the total amount of carbohydrates listed on the label. Even if the maltodextrin quantity is less than 5 grams per serving, the overall impact on carbohydrates can be significant. 3. Opt for unprocessed foods. The best way to avoid maltodextrin is to choose unprocessed foods. Fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains offer healthier and nutrient-rich alternatives. 4. Preference for organic foods. Opting for organic foods can reduce exposure to glyphosate, as these products are grown without the use of synthetic pesticides, including glyphosate. 5. Cooking meals at home. I hope this video has provided valuable insights into maltodextrin and its impacts on health. Taking steps to avoid this carbohydrate and making more conscious food choices can significantly contribute to your long-term well-being. If you want to continue receiving informed information about health and nutrition, subscribe to my channel and activate notifications. Additionally, visit my website at drberg.com for access to exclusive and in-depth content. Thank you for dedicating your time to this informative content. Your health is a priority, and I'm here to provide resources that will help you make informed decisions and sustain a healthy life. Until next time, thank you for being part of this journey towards a healthier and balanced life.